I want to get in, I want to get out, I want to do it how I want to do it. So just between you and me and all of our grow owners, does marriage still make sense?
Love, faith, and a touch of glam. Shaunie O'Neal and Pastor Keion Henderson seemed to have it all. Or at least that's what we thought. From the moment they met, their love story had everyone hooked. Shaunie and Keion looked like the perfect mix of spirituality and style. They had all these sweet little moments like their 11:11 connection, which turned into a daily ritual of affirming their love. When Keion popped the question on January 11th at 11:11 a.m., it felt like fate was at play. And they had a beautiful wedding that was all about elegance and faith, showing off the life they wanted to build together. Their relationship was the talk of the town, where glamour met godliness and fans couldn't get enough. But sometimes even the most glamorous love stories have their ups and downs. Behind those perfect smiles and all the public affection were there signs that things weren't as solid as they looked. From a whirlwind romance to some whispers of doubt, let's take a closer look at the cracks that started to appear early on.
He always tells me he wants to have more kids, so I'm like, well, knock yourself out, because have a good time with that one. I think you've pushed over that hill now, sir, but whatever, that's his business.
Even the best love stories hit some bumps, and Shaunie and Keion were no different. Their romance kicked off with a lot of sparks, but mixing their totally different lifestyles might have caused some friction. Shaunie is all about ambition and energy, juggling TV shows, businesses, and a busy personal life. Keion, on the flip side, is a grounded pastor running one of Houston's fastest growing churches. Trying to balance their own priorities with the pressures of a public marriage probably put some strain on their relationship. Sure, their social media was full of them cheering each other on, but behind the scenes, were they struggling to keep up with their hectic lives? On top of that, being public figures added another layer of complexity. Because everyone was watching, and fans and media were quick to pick apart their relationship for any signs of trouble. Both Shaunie and Keion were used to the spotlight, but that constant attention can really test even the strongest relationships. Plus, their busy schedules likely didn't leave much time to deal with personal issues, which could create some emotional distance. There might have been deeper issues lurking too. Did their connection, built on shared experiences and symbols, hide some real incompatibilities? Relationships thrive on understanding, but if one person feels ignored or unsupported, it can quietly chip away at the foundation. Then came the shocker that no one saw coming. Just when it seemed like their love story was rock solid, Pastor Keion Henderson dropped a bombshell. He filed for divorce. His social media post was emotional and well thought out, explaining that he made the decision after a lot of prayer and reflection, leaving fans in disbelief. The sudden news had everyone wondering what went wrong. Just a few months earlier, the couple was sharing sweet moments online, looking like the perfect pair. How did things fall apart so fast? For fans, it felt like a betrayal of the fairy tale they had been following. Many took to social media to express their shock and speculate about what led to the split. The media frenzy only grew as insiders hinted at possible tension and irreconcilable differences. What made it even more surprising was how different their public image was from the reality of their marriage. Their photos and interviews painted a picture of solid love, making the divorce announcement feel totally out of the blue. It raised questions: were they just putting on a brave face for the cameras while dealing with their struggles behind closed doors? Shaunie and Keion's story, which once seemed so perfect, took an unexpected turn. The tale of love, faith, and unity shifted to whispers of separation and a lot of unanswered questions. Fans were left wondering, was this just the result of two different worlds colliding, or was there more to the story than what we saw?
It took us a long time to get there. Don't get me wrong. It was not an easy journey, but once we got there, and I think we felt comfortable being honest with each other and just sharing what was going on in our lives and our personal lives to a certain extent, because I think, a lot of it is it's none of our business. It's none of my business what he does. Same with him. And I think we both respect that. But if we get in relationships that we're going to go to that next level, we definitely will let each other know and, and support it in the best way we can.
Shaunie O'Neal knows a thing or two about heartbreak, but this time she's not keeping quiet. When the news about her divorce hit, Shaunie didn't hold back. Friends close to her said she felt totally blindsided by Pastor Keion Henderson's choice to file. She had no clue their marriage was in trouble, and that made it even tougher. It wasn't just the heartbreak, it was the fact that everyone was watching. After sharing so much of their love story with the world, being left with so many questions felt like a real slap in the face, not just to her, but to all their fans too. Shaunie was feeling frustrated and hurt, wondering how things fell apart so fast. Behind closed doors, she was dealing with feelings of betrayal, and sources hinted at some disagreements that had been brewing. Rumors started flying about deeper issues in their marriage, with some people suggesting there were accusations and struggles neither of them had talked about publicly. This isn't Shaunie's first rodeo with love and loss. After her marriage to basketball star Shaquille O'Neal, she knows how tough high-profile relationships can be, but this time felt different. Her marriage to Keion seemed solid, built on faith and support, a love story she thought would last. Now, she's left to pick up the pieces while everyone's buzzing about what really went down. But hey, there are always two sides to every story. What made Pastor Keion decide to go this route? While Shaunie was sorting through her feelings, Keion took a different path, putting out a carefully crafted statement. He made it clear that filing for a divorce wasn't an easy choice. He talked about prayer and irreconcilable differences, giving a peek into the internal struggle that led him to this point. Keion's supporters jumped in, suggesting that their marriage had been rocky for a while. Some thought their busy lives and different lifestyles might have caused some tension. As a pastor with a growing congregation, Keion had a lot on his plate, which might not have meshed well with Shaunie's high-energy entrepreneurial vibe. There were also whispers about Keion facing personal challenges, stuff he might not have shared even with his closest friends. But it's possible that juggling a high-profile relationship and his pastoral duties became overwhelming. While his statement was respectful, it left a lot of people wondering if he was carrying some heavy burdens that ultimately led to the decision to end things.
Honestly, I don't think you did us any favors because you didn't show us what a healthy marriage is. It wasn't healthy, so we still walked away not knowing how to be a wife or a husband or, what we were supposed to, what was a healthy marriage. So I understood when this young lady was saying to me, like, the examples of marriage that I've seen makes me not want it.
The announcement of Shaunie and Keion's divorce hit social media like a bomb, and fans were all over the place with their reactions. A lot of people were shocked and couldn't believe that this perfect couple was splitting up. Others jumped into speculation mode, trying to figure out what went wrong and pointing fingers at both Shaunie and Keion. Some fans were totally on Shaunie's side, saying Keion blindsided her with the divorce and questioned how committed he really was. Meanwhile, others thought Keion might have just reached his breaking point after dealing with tension for a long time. The internet was buzzing with theories, from conflicting priorities to issues that no one ever talked about publicly. A user stated, "This is a great scenario, thank you for sharing. I have work to do with my family." Another one added, "PK always breaks it down." A third person wrote, "This is real family life, substance needed conversation for Shaunie O'Neal. This is just another chapter in her story of bouncing back. She's been through heartbreak before and always comes out stronger." After her split from Shaquille O'Neal years ago, she didn't just rebuild her life, she thrived. Now she's focusing on her family, career, and healing again. Shaunie is super dedicated to her 5 kids, and those close to her say she's leaning on them more than ever. Family time has always been her happy place, giving her the strength she needs during tough times. On the work front, Shaunie is still killing it as a businesswoman and producer. She's the creative force behind Basketball Wives, and she's built a solid empire in the entertainment world. Sources say she's pouring her energy into new projects, possibly expanding her brand in ways that reflect her personal growth and resilience. This isn't just about moving on, it's about taking back her story. Shaunie has a knack for turning pain into power, using life's challenges to fuel her next big move. Whether it's through her work or personal life, she's showing once again that she's not defined by her setbacks, but by how she rises above them.
And he's like, "You got to have Shaunie on the show. You guys were just, yeah, he was great. He was such a champion of yours." And then at some point he said, something about him one day getting married again. And I thought, you're not, he's been very supportive of your dating journey. You've been supportive of his. Was there a conversation about that? And he even said, what is it? He would attend your wedding or you would attend his if that ever happened?
Yeah, I think we both support each other. Like, I used to tease him and be like, could you please hurry up and get a wife? And then you could stop, randomly FaceTiming me and talking about your day. Like, I'm not like, get a girlfriend or something. I don't know.
As Shaunie looks ahead, many people are curious about what's next for Pastor Keion Henderson. Will he stay quiet, or will he open up about why they ended things? His supporters think he might take this chance for some personal reflection, possibly sharing a message of growth and resilience with his congregation. For Shaunie, the future could be a mix of public revelations and private healing. While she might keep the details of her heartbreak to herself, it wouldn't be surprising if she uses her platform to inspire others going through similar struggles. Whether it's a motivational project or an interview sharing her lessons learned, Shaunie has always been open about her journey in ways that resonate with her audience. Then there's the question of how this split will affect their reputation. Both Shaunie and Keion built their relationship on faith and shared values, but the public fallout has left some people questioning how real their union was. How they handle this chapter could shape not just their personal lives, but also their public images in the long run. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Shaunie O'Neal and Pastor Keion Henderson's shocking split? Were the signs there all along, or did this announcement catch you by surprise? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates on this story and more celebrity news. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. There's always more to uncover, and we'll be here to bring you every twist and turn.